Moving to national news now, a new deadline for President Trump to decide on whether to order a U.S. airstrike targeting Iran's nuclear program.
Yeah, this as European diplomats are set to meet with Iranian officials in Geneva today. NBC's Alice Barr is live from Washington with more. Good morning, Alice.
Good morning, Danita and Dave. Israel and Iran's new airstrikes traded back and forth overnight are highlighting the stakes in this moment as President Trump weighs whether the U.S. will join Israel getting directly involved in the escalating conflict.
Upping the pressure for a diplomatic deal with Iran, President Trump setting a new timeline for his decision on whether the U.S. will strike nuclear targets inside Iran. The White House press secretary quoting the president.
Based on the fact that there's a substantial chance of negotiations that may or may not take place with Iran in the near future, I will make my decision whether or not to go within the next 2 weeks.
European diplomats meeting today with Iranian officials in Geneva, while inside the White House, President Trump is increasingly relying on a small group of advisors, including his vice president and secretary of state, to make his choice. That's according to two defense officials and a senior administration official, who also say Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard has been sidelined. The president recently publicly dismissed her March testimony that the intelligence community did not believe Iranian leadership had authorized building a nuclear weapon.
I don't care what she said. I think they were very close to having.
The White House asserting Iran has all it needs to make a bomb, and though the process would take time, President Trump is adamant that cannot happen.
Iran can't have a nuclear weapon. Too much devastation. And they'd use it. I believe they'd use it.
Only the U.S. has the bunker-busting bombs that could destroy a critical underground Iranian nuclear facility, though a decision to strike could provoke an attack on U.S. military bases in the Middle East and interrupt the global energy supply.
President Trump has maintained he does not want to get into a prolonged conflict, while also making clear any targeting of U.S. troops would bring a forceful response, seeking to walk a line between his support for Israel and his campaign promises to avoid foreign entanglements. Dave and Danita.
All right, Alice Barr reporting live for us this morning. Thank you.